All right.
I know it's for us.
We are
Hello,
live on
talkers.
yeah.
We're talking about haunted objects today. And if it looks like it's nice and sunny behind me, because it finally is. Good morning.
All right.
Oh,
I
wait.
lost Ken's but
There we go.
well, I guess good morning, everybody. Welcome to 21 the Net. This morning we have Metaphysical Meandering with Lana Duncan-Hartgraves. And
Lana.
today we are going to be talking haunted objects.
Objects. All right. So, hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Good.
And
How are
by
you?
the good. By the way, Stephanie's been so kind to fill in for my normal producer, Kent. It's a long story, but he's coaching. So it's a long story. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I gotta tell some people some stories because I'm doing metaphysical stuff. Can't even talk. 3 days, but now I'm doing paranormal once a month, and I've got so many stories that are paranormal that I could probably do it every day. I probably could have another whole nother podcast, but it's okay. Hi, Laura. So anyway, what I'm doing is we're going to be talking about a haunted object and how haunted objects. I'm also going to teach you how to read objects. It is possible. I teach a class on it, and I can teach anybody in about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you're watching, I'm going to teach you how to do this. So keep watching. Okay. So I went this week. I clear houses. I was just talking to Stephanie about it. If you guys don't know what that means, I clear. Hi, Jen. Hi, Kelly. I clear houses. And hi, Mrs. Pretty Mom. Okay. Hello. And this house has a bad reputation in their neighborhood. She saw me. Okay, by the way, I have my advertising on my Jeep. I have a yellow Jeep. And so she found me that way. So it was local, and I went out and I did a reading for them and found out that this house had been a house of videos. We'll just say videos taped in the early 80s and 90s with a soundproof room. It was scary. The house had a heavy vibe to it. But she wanted to show me something. And so she took me up and showed me a mirror. And I'm like, what about it? And I said, hi guys. Hi Ted. Anyway, she goes, what about the mirror? And I go, do you feel anybody? And I'm going, I feel like there's an old lady. And I don't know why that's an old lady, but I feel like it's an old lady. And she's like, what do you mean? And then she shows me a photo. So Jen, can you pull the photo up now? You've got to see this photo. TikTokers, you cannot see. I don't know if you can you blow that up at all? I don't know if you can or not. But,
Yeah, I think
okay.
I can make
You can,
it.
okay, we're gonna try to blow it up. Okay. Now for TikTokers, you cannot see this. So, but if you go to 216thenet.com, you can see what I'm seeing. You can also go on Facebook and see the actual photo, or go to my YouTube, Lana's and Janet's Guy. You can watch me live there too. I'm on live on all of it. So anyway, but look at this. It looks almost like a painting, doesn't it? No, that's a mirror. Okay. Now, when you blow that up, you can see there is something just, it's crazy. It looks like a lady from like maybe the 1700s. Well, the woman says to me, well, it's Mary Poppins. And I'm going, doesn't it look like Mary Poppins? And I go, why? She goes, I have no idea. But maybe the week that I bought it and I brought it home from Connecticut, I had this overwhelming urge to buy nothing but umbrellas. So she calls it Mary Poppins. Now, here, I did research on this damn mirror because this is unbelievable. You guys have to see, you got to see this mirror because I am very serious. Please check out my Facebook. Please blow it up and look at it. It is crazy. That is a mirror. Now, here's me. I am very logical because I am a Capricorn. I want to see. I mean, here I am, a Pisces, which is a psychic, and I'm a Capricorn. So I'm a skeptic. Now, the left side of my brain says, you know what? Could that be a reflection from a photo? And so I'm kind of like, I did all kinds of searching, and I know. And when I walked up, I actually physically walked up to that mirror. And this, how she took this photo is what really kills me about this photo. You've got to see this photo. You guys look on it, go back on, just go. If you're on right now on my TikTok, go back, get on YouTube. It'll go right to my where I'm at, and you can see me just like you are now, just like we are now. And you'll see 216 the net. You can see my photo. I can't put it on TikTok. It doesn't let me. Anyway, So I walk up to the mirror and I'm staring at it, and I say to her, like, how old is this thing? And she's like, I have no idea. I got it at an estate sale. So, and I'm like, well, that answered a lot. Anyway, so with this photo came, she was just taking photos around the room. And everybody's like, "Oh, that's Photoshop," because it looks photoshopped. Take a look at it. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like somebody like it was physically photo. This woman's in her 60s, guys. Thank you. You see it? She can't Photoshop anything because she's in her 60s and she doesn't know how. And she said, and she gave me the original photograph too. So doesn't it look photoshopped, sort of, Stephanie? I mean, in a way, it does, doesn't it?
It's
I'm
very a very crisp outline, so I
yeah,
would never thought that a spirit can
I
be that
know.
crisp.
And I walked up to this mirror. I did all of this. I mean, wow. Oh, Ted says I've taken pictures of mirrors and images that aren't in the mirror shows up in the photo. Exactly that. Okay, so this is what we think is going on with that photo. This is the wildest I've had. Now, if you guys want to also go to www.enchantedsky.com, go to ghost photos at the top. It's at the very bottom. I also have other ghost photos because I've got thousands. Because remember, I do this for a living. So, all right, I am telling you that I think I figured out who it is, and I'm going to share that with you in a second. Okay. So Montana, hi. Thanks for your time being here for everybody. Oh, okay. I Montana, I will be doing readings in about 20 minutes or so. Okay. So yes, you can. You can have readings. Anyway, this photo. So when I did, she said to me, the woman said to me, she goes, she came from Connecticut. So she came out from out east. This thing is in Belvedere, Illinois. And here it goes again. There it goes. Somebody's playing with my mic. Keeps playing with me. And by the way, if you guys are watching on occasion, you'll see things fly around me. If you guys don't believe me on that, please check me on 3/15/2022, my live on YouTube. You will see it. When you blow it up, it's got little wings and it looks like an angel. Anyway, so quit playing with. By the way, I have things that play with my cameras and stuff. See if I can keep it on. Anyway, so I did my research on this photograph. I came up with it. She said to me that it was from the dark entry. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And I don't know because I'm not from Connecticut. Now, it's from the Dark Entry Forest Association. Now, there used to be Dudleytown, Connecticut. It's no longer, what they've done is they've made it into a forest preserve. And so there's nothing there anymore. It was a little town. It was very, very bad luck. Very, very, very haunted. Now, I couldn't understand what she was talking about. I kept, asking her. Finally, as I start doing the research on this, I just have to go there because it's not too far from when I go to Salem, and I'm going to Salem. 3 weeks, I'm going to Taos, and in about 4 months, I'm going to Salem. Anyway, I did some research, and near there is where she got this. She got it at an estate sale, Cornwall, Connecticut. She has a picture. I think I downloaded the picture of the house. It looks like it's been a converted barn. And it was old. It was, when we're talking 1700s, 1800s. Now, if you are looking at this photograph on 216thenet.com live right now, you're going to see it looks like she's from about the 17 or early 1800s. It is not modern. It looks like she's got a corset on and she's sitting with her dress around her. Okay. And what's weird, and do you notice that, Stephanie, is that there is something in the photo in front of her, but yet the picture's behind her. And what that was that it was a piece of clothing that was on the edge of the bed. So you can see right through everything. That's wild. It just blows my mind.
Oh, yeah, that, like, sheet looking, the white thing.
What do you think about this? Do you think do you think that looks fake? Because I know it can't be. She showed me the real photograph, you guys. There's no way it can be photoshopped. Okay.
I mean, it's, I don't know. I've never really experienced any of these photos,
Yep.
but to me, it looks pretty legit considering that you could see through it. There's just like the silhouette of this lady, and she's got like a hat on.
Mhm.
and
I
looks
think it's her hair on the right,
like
right?
something,
Yeah.
or she has
Yeah.
one of those, hats with that little like lace in the back,
Exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I want to say, and if and being Cornwall was settled in 1747. Okay, so that mirror came, and that's about the area, maybe the late 1700s, that she's dressed like that. That makes total sense. Okay.
Is it?
So,
So my
oh no, Michael, it's not a portal. I looked at it already. And even if it is, it don't, yeah, she has it covered now. She keeps it covered with a mirror, because it freaks her out. She took it, somebody said that it might be a portal. She has it covered with a black piece of fabric over it now because it kind of freaks her out. I mean, but anyway, all I know is that items can be haunted, you guys. I know they didn't have photos back in the 1800s, but this have, what we were saying is, could have someone said this was photoshopped? Could they have taken from a painting? Could they done something? And that's what we were really looking at. But I looked at the photo. This is the original photo. Okay. So, and you're right. I do have to admit that I was real suspicious. I thought maybe it was a reflection from a painting or something. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I did a lot of research on this. And as I sat and looked, you have to remember, I do this for a living. And I was just talking to Stephanie. I've never had a problem because I've gotten to be an expert. And I also understand, by the way, if you're ever being haunted, you're ever having an issue, you have more energy than they do. You can shut it down, any of it. You can shut any of it down. You just have to believe and have the faith that you can do it and know that you're not scared. And they won't follow you. They won't grab you. They won't scratch you. I've done so many hundreds and hundreds of houses where I've cleared them for people. So just remember that. Okay. Anyway, so here we are. And anyway, so back to this. I'm talking like to her about this I didn't have any idea what she was talking about. It was a dark entity thing, dark entry, it was all I know it was in Connecticut. And so as I'm doing research, there's a whole website on it. So you guys visit, it's called Dark Entry Forest Association. So you can do a little research yourself. And it is known to be extremely, extremely haunted, like really, really haunted. And perhaps this is the woman that was one of the people from Dudleytown, that was one of the original settlers, one of the Dudleys. I mean, I don't know. I just know that that's just wild. And I stared. You should have seen me. She's showing me this photo, and I must have looked at it for hours trying to, because I have all kinds of things happen to me. You guys know that, that's what I do. I am a medium, but I clear houses all the time, and I do a lot. And I've never seen anything quite like that. Although I was talking to side note, I was talking to Stephanie, and Stephanie was saying that she said her young son said she thinks he saw something in New Orleans. And I was just in New Orleans last spring, and there was something there. It was following me around, and he was dressed like Dracula, and he thought he was Dracula. But he was like somebody from the other side. He was wearing a trench coat. He was like a goth, and he was following me around. And I wasn't scared of him, but I told him he better leave me alone. And then he was hanging around Mary Laveau's gravesite. And I probably could ask people, and people could verify this stuff. And I have had people verify things because I'm on my way to Taos. The place I'm going is so haunted. I've been there before. It was the most haunted place, one of the most scary things I've ever been to. And that scared me. It was so haunted. So yeah. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Michael. You don't get bad vibes from her, do you? That's the interest. That's the other thing that we were saying. So take a look at this photo. I'm telling you, go on to YouTube on Lana's Enchanted Sky. It's connected to TikTokers. Go on there. But there's no bad vibes. And that's exactly what the woman said. She goes, I feel it's Mary Poppins. That's what she kept saying. It's Mary Poppins. Okay. Let me see, Ted. Let's read real quick. I have a bobblehead of the previous mayor of South Bend, Indiana. I got it from my dad just before he passed away. When it was in the house, the head looked just like the mayor of South Bend. But when I brought it home, the head looks just like my dad. Oh, that's wild, Ted. No. I'm going to get into this. Why objects can be haunted. I'm telling you, it's true. By the way, anybody knows I am not at my podcast station. I am remote. I'm going to a horse show because remember I race horses right after this. And the station's haunted. That we have a haunted doll, a couple of haunted dolls. One of the big doll that's there, Stephanie, is the doll still there in the studio? The big one?
No, I think Kent took her home.
Did
And
he? Oh, it was probably creeping him out. He was having trouble because it was doing weird things were really, really happening. It was weird stuff.
it was
And so,
so.
yeah. And by the way, if you guys haven't known, have just now joined me, we lost a very good friend. One of the other producers passed of COVID, and it was his doll. So we think that it's even more haunted now. So anyway, so back to this. I'm going to teach you something about objects. One, when people now I go by use things all the time. I'm not afraid. So people are like, oh my God, be careful. Now I do have one quick story, and I was going to interview this person. She could not be here today, but I'm going to have her a little later on my podcast in a couple weeks. So we're going to talk to her again about this, and she's going to give you the background of this picture. So anyway, I was going to tell you guys really fast that I've had a haunted issue. My husband, when he was a little boy, they had a really nice chest of drawers, and they didn't want it anymore, and they sold it. And within a couple of weeks, these people come back and they go, well, you can have your chest of drawers. And they're like, why? Because it's haunted. And back then, my in-laws thought they were flipping nuts. You're so crazy. I mean, these people are weird. And now I know that it's some of it's true. I don't care what anybody says. Things come attached to objects. And there's also an energy. Like if you're holding it, think about this now, just logically. If you're thinking about this, all right. If you think about this logically, now I'm going to teach you how to read objects. Now, right now, for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to do this. Now, it's easy. I've taught the class many times. And when I'm having a hard time with something, sometimes I'll say, give me something of theirs. Have I been able to find lost objects? Yes. I've been encouraged to go to police departments too. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I had somebody say that to me recently, and I'm like, I never thought about it. But if I could use my help, my skill, my ability to help other people, that's what I do. Anyway, so you're gonna find an object. Try to find an object that's not yours somewhere in your house right now. Go find something really fast. Something that's not yours. Because I'm going to show you how to do this. And it works. I'm telling you, I have taught classes. If you are interested, I am going to be teaching a class, but it's in person. It's outside of Chicago. It's in Wisconsin. I only take about 15 people. And I thought about teaching it online. It's not the same because it's kinesthetic. But you pick up your object. So, all right, Stephanie, you're my guinea pig. You ready? Find an object somewhere, something. No, really, I'm going to teach you how to do this. You can do this. It's not that hard. Find an object around the podcast station that you know, and make sure, and maybe you don't even know whose it is. Try to see if you don't know whose it is. Okay. So yes, objects are haunted. Objects. Went to a thrift store and got a new blouse. Ever since you feel like it's been haunted. That's true. Why do people get stuck on Earth? A lot of times they're afraid to go. That's a good question. ABC. A lot of times people get stuck because, well, there's two types of energy. There's residual, and it's almost like a time loop. And that same time every night, the dog runs across the yard at 3:00 a.m. That's a time loop. That's different. It's not quite a real ghost. It's not a real spirit. The other one is they're scared to cross. They've been a bad person in this lifetime. They've committed suicide. They've been taught they're attacked and they don't want to cross. There's some type of emotional attachment. They may feel unfinished business. There's all kinds of different things, and they just hang out. Now, according to this mirror, maybe that's a time loop. Maybe that woman was looking in that mirror. It might be it's like a time warp. And like I've said many times, what psychics and mediums do is we're time travelers. We have learned how to bend time a little. That's why I can go in the future and kind of tell you what's going to go on. Now, is it always 100% right? No, it can't be, because you have free will. But I can see how things are headed. I also can see your chart. We all write a chart for ourselves, every single one of us. That's the book of life. Okay, so back to this. Got your object, Steph?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is everybody take, I'm going to be quiet for like 2 to 3 minutes. And I want to see, you get a piece of paper if you've got one.
Okay.
So hi, Marianne. I'm teaching everybody how to do psychometry. And what you're going to do is you're going to write any impression, any feeling, any thought that goes through your head down. So we're going to take maybe 2.5 to 3 minutes. Right now, I want it quiet. You guys follow me what I'm doing. I'm telling you, I can teach you this. Every single person that's ever been to my class has learned how to do this, because everything is energy. This is giving off all the atoms in my lighter are they're moving. There's energy in everything. So, okay. So everybody, like, I do not know. I did get this pen and I don't know. Okay. I know. Okay. I can feel already where it came from. And I'm going to tell you where it came from. And I bet I'm right. So you get to become more aware. So we're going to take 2 or 3 minutes, get a piece of paper if you got one handy. And what you're going to do is you're going to write down every impression you get. It could be silly. Oh, I see the color blue. I see a woman's face. I see. Okay. So we're going to be quiet right now, starting now. Write it down. Quiet. I'm teaching Stephanie how to do this. She is my podcast producer. 1 more minute. Yes, crazy puppy, use your mom's object. A time warp is not the actual person. 1 more minute. Okay. One more minute. Okay. 1 more. It has to be quiet. Quiet as possible. Okay. Okay, Stephanie. Now, anybody that participated with me, what did you see, Stephanie? Tell me, write down some of the things you wrote down about your object.
I wrote down like joyful.
Okay.
I wrote down stress.
Okay.
I wrote down like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I see like a blue outline.
Okay.
And glasses.
How much did I bet that's Kent's?
I mean, it could be, because I'm sitting at
So-
his desk.
Okay, so what is it?
It is a pack of caffeine grinder pouches.
Okay, I want tomorrow when you get a chance, ask Kent if that's his.
I'm gonna ask Kent if he was wearing his blue glasses today.
I honestly, but do you see, you sound like you described Kent. He's stressed out because he's right now, because we're missing a producer. He's producing the shows, and that's why he's not there. But do you understand? Like, I picked this object up. Anybody else try it? Somebody share with me. All right. I'm dead serious. This works. You guys got to believe me. And ooh, like some of the stuff I've gotten. Wow, a ship, Europe and Michigan. Ooh, some of this is interesting. Wow, need to follow this? Yeah, you do. This is just a lot of fun, but it's true. Now, I picked this pen up. This pen must have came. It is not my pen. I do not recognize it from anywhere, but I immediately saw a bank. And then I look, and it's the bank's name on it, and I had no idea. But it has to be from the bank. Do you see it? This works. The more you do it, the better you get. And I'm telling you, you can do this. Anybody can do this. They just have to learn to listen to themselves. Okay. So now you understand everything has energy, everything, every rock, every tree, every piece of plastic, every box, everything has energy in it. And you can pick that up. Okay. So just to let you guys know, okay. All right. Confusion and swirling. Ooh, Laura, you know what? You need to meditate more on that and see what else you get. What object, Laura, did you pick up? See, I'm asking some of you guys what you picked up. Tell me what you picked up. Tell me the objects you picked up. Intuity? What's that? Award. I don't know what that is. Okay, but you're good when you were a kid, but you're too stressed. Okay, sometimes that's a good point. When you were better when you were a kid because you're too stressed. You've disconnected. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something, Lux deals for you. I'm going to tell you a secret that if you're this stressed, you're out of alignment. You know what I mean by alignment? That's that I am acronym that I talk about. I is intent, alignment, manifest. You aren't doing what you came to do. If you are this stressed out, you're fighting a losing battle. Because if you ever noticed, when you are really out of sync, everything's you just keep putting roadblock after roadblock, and you have to go with the path of least resistance because the Spirit's going to put you in the right spot. God's going to make sure it just keeps, and your angels are, their angels were assigned to you to make sure you're on the right path. They're just going to keep putting stuff in your way till it opens up. So just a thought. Okay. Wow. An antique ashtray from a client, Laura. That is fascinating. Swirling. Interesting. Do some more. I'm dead serious. You can't so I did a class recently on this, and what I did not tell them, and there were 6 other people there, and they were also kind of intuitive people, and they were just interested in the class. They want to know if they could do it. I brought my horse's bridle tag. Now, a bridle tag is something that so that you can ride out in the woods. You have to pay $20 a year to keep everything clean. And it's a tag that it'll go around. Well, see, I'm like, this is my horse's face, right? But it'll go right there and it'll jiggle. It'll jiggle as they're, So this is the things that they said about it. They go, I see hay. I see somebody's having a good time. I see, I hear twigs breaking. The things that they got, there was no way that they knew what that object was until I told them. It's a little round thing, and it has a clip, and it has a number, and that's all I had. So this is doable. You can do this, you guys. Okay. Vivian, what were you looking at? See, Vivian smelled things. Now that could maybe be, okay, you've got all your senses. You're using all your senses. If you are a kinesthetic person, which means your smell, your touch, your taste, that's a kinesthetics. That's how you learn. That's what you'll get. I just put a video on here it's ridiculous that people come on. I wonder why some people are clairaudient and some people are clairvoyant, because that's how they learn. I'm clairaudient. I cannot stand to have to call somebody or get online and chat with somebody on a website. I want to pick a phone up because I'm verbal. I'm a verbal communicator. So that's how I learn. So that's what I do is I hear. I see too, because I'm a visual arts teacher. Now, every once in a while, I get the kinesthetic thing. I'll get a smell or something like that, but mostly it's hearing. So see, that's my modality. Okay. So Valerie says, my fiance was working in his shop and a palm sander turned on and it was running and it wasn't even plugged in. He felt immediately cold for a minute and then it warmed up. Yes, objects are, I'm telling you, this is also true. And if you don't, please, I invite you to practice this a little and you are going to be surprised. You know what you do? You have somebody give you an object that you don't know anything about, but they do. Then do it, because they'll get back to you and they'll be like, oh my God. Yeah. All right. I'm all in pictures and sometimes smell a lot of feelings too. Yep, Jen. Yeah, it's just fascinating. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to be working on this week in my buymeacoffee.com /enchanted sky. That's my Patreon now. I have 7 followers. I had like 15, 18. So they're coming back. So if you want to join me, it's $22 a month. And I'm teaching you things like this. So if you want to join me, just go on buymeacoffee.com/enchanted sky. It's in my bio on TikTok too. And if you like what I do, donate me a cup of coffee. That's $5. And that's helping me save up to buy my healing center because that's what my ultimate goal is. So, okay. Okay. So it's just about that time. An old clock that now see that kind of stuff. An object was a metal teacup. See what I'm saying? This is the best way to find out. Find out by getting an object that somebody else gives you and tells you nothing about it. Then write it all down and then check with them. And you will be shocked that you can do this. I'm telling you. I have not met a single person that's taken my class that hasn't been able to do it. Okay. So it's about that time. I'm going to take questions. So Stephanie, here we go. Thanks, Montana. She's like, it's amazing. I'm like telling you, it's not that all this is that I have learned to time travel. I'm telling you, it's E equals MC squared. And I'm telling you that it's not that I'm the most wonderful, fantastic learned it. Okay. So I'm just going to say that. All right. So let's take some questions. So go ahead. Do we have any questions yet here?
So, thanks, Lana. As you predicted, I got into the second round of job interview. It will be on next Tuesday from
Good May. Good May. Now, you guys, if you guys are following me on TikTok, I'm on here. I tape every day, but I'm live on YouTube probably about 4 or 5 times a day. I'm morning. And then I'm live on Tuesday nights. So, and then Wednesday is my Patreon. So I always call it Patreon, but it's buymeacoffee.com.
So it looks like Anne is having medical troubles and finding the right doctor, and he wants to know if they'll recover soon or find the right doctor.
Keep looking. It's like maybe is this the third doctor you'll be going to? It's the third or fourth doctor that knows what they're doing. I want to say they may be of Asian descent. They look kind of Asian. They have real dark hair. They're not a real tall person. I think maybe of some type of nationality of that, Korean or Vietnamese, something. That's the right person. Okay.
And then Laura says that she is 90, that there's a caregiver, there's a patient that's 95. And you said that she would cross this year. Any idea how long? I find myself checking on her too much throughout the night while she's sleeping. Just wondering if it is months.
It's not, no, before the end of the year. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you something, Laura, about that. When people are 95, they know they're starting to dream about it. So she's probably already sleeping soundly, dreaming that she's not there anymore. She'll tell you. People know when they're going to go. You do know that, right? Have you ever, my mom, before she had her massive heart attack, the night before, she literally told my aunt, well, if I die, this is the way I want my funeral. So just in case, you never know, and she died the next morning. She knew, because we know at a soul level, we know everything. We just forget while we're here. And we know at that pit of our stomach, that's your soul talking. Just remember that. Okay.
Princess wants to know, does my mother have any advice for me? Today is her birthday, as 18 years since she passed.
Does my mother? Princess. She have short, dark hair. Very kind of a gentle, kind of a thin frame. Tell me if I'm right, because they are, because if that's right, I'll tell you what they say. Now, remember, I say that because the people that come through to me, there's so many people watching. And if you guys don't know, on TikTok, I have like 1 million people watching on this podcast right now. So it's hard for me to piece through and to the energy, because there's so much energy coming at me. And by the way, I don't know about if you can tell, Stephanie, because you got a show too. Can you tell when more people are watching? I can feel it. Can you?
Sometimes. I mean, we have I guess, because the energy in the studio kind of gets more excited and we start talking more, and then we find out later on in the matrices that there was more people. So it looks like Princess said that the hair is golden brown and layered shoulder length.
Princess, that's not your mom. Who is that? Your grandma? It's a woman coming through. She looks darker. She looks like she's Native American or Spanish. She's got dark hair, dark eyes, thinner framed, short hair, pair of glasses that you would do this with. And anybody that's that, it may not be her. Do you see what I'm saying? I know this person's coming through. I want to say it is connected to you, Princess. Princess, I know Princess. There's certain people I know real well, and I know Princess real well. So that person, I think, believe it. It is for you, my dear. Is it an aunt or a grandma? I feel like it is. Maybe it's above you. Okay. All right. Oh, good. Very interesting. I hear I got somebody that said, Karika says, my husband's wood carving. It was interesting. I saw an old place where we used to love where he made it. See what I'm saying? I'm telling you that everything gives off energy. I'm telling you it works. I told you.
Anne wants to know if you see her daughter getting a score of 510 or higher on medical school attendance test this month.
530. Is that supposed to be good?
I'm assuming if it's 510 or higher, it has to be good.
Yeah. I don't know why. There's certain things I don't do. And I admit I'm not into the love thing. I can tell you, oh yeah, you got a boyfriend coming, but some people are really, really into it. I'm just not, because I'm truly believe that if you're in the right place, love will find you. And if you're not, don't find love, it's because maybe you put in your chart you weren't supposed to. Because you don't have to be with anybody. That is society telling you do. You can do it on your own. So anyway, just thought I would put that adage in there. But anyway, yeah.
This is an interesting question because this haunts me as well.
Oh, okay.
My grandma who passed in the 1980s would be mad if I sold her paintings, or should I hold on to them? Jen would like to know.
Jen, what does your grandma look like? And was I describing your grandma? See, do you see how this works sometimes? Was I describing your grandma? Because the reason I said that is I hear very clearly she doesn't care and she really wants you to have the money anyway. Whatever money she go. Okay, Jen, she says one of the paintings is worth quite a bit of money. So be careful. One is worth quite a bit of money. Ooh. And see, you should have me look at them, Jen, because remember, what do I do for a living? And I am an art collector. I was an art teacher for 31 years. I know when I see a good piece of art, I can tell you that it's worth something just by looking at it and seeing if that person's a master. I know. And I've picked up things at the flea market. I picked up a $2,500 painting by an artist. I knew the artist, but I also knew it was a good painting. And I know when somebody knows what they're doing. And have me look at them, okay?
Short curly hair.
Who is this person? She won't leave me alone. I don't know who this is. Princess, you have to call me later. I'm telling you, there's a woman. She wants to be heard. Short, dark hair, kind of probably even shorter. It's about my length of mine, but a little shorter up in here. Dark, real dark hair. I want to say she has a cord on her glasses, and she puts her note like that when she talks. I don't know who this is.
Well, Marissa just finished the food truck, and they want to know when it will be up and running and start working out of it. They're almost done.
Oh, good, Marissa. I'm so proud of you. See, I keep on you. I knew you would be good. I knew you were good at it.
And then Kathy wants to know if you see her working again, and if so, doing what?
I see you working again, but you're working on a computer and you're working from home.
You have like a lot of questions coming in.
Oh, I bet it's very right now. I know I can feel there's more than 1 million watching. I can tell when there's a lot of people watching. So, and I do have a lot of people also that switched from TikTok over to 216. I know they did because I saw them do it. I saw the numbers go down and that's okay. So either way, you find me. Okay. So anyway,
Ida wants to know how long it will take for her financial situation to get better.
Hi, Ida. Your financial situation, summer to fall. You'll have it'll still be about the same, but I feel like you're either getting bills paid out, something's caught up, or there's an improvement around August.
Oh, okay. Here we go. she said that her aunt has short dark hair, and she was wondering if she would be mad if she sold stuff. And that she has glasses too, that the way you
Okay,
described.
Marianne. See, sometimes I can't control this because we have to remember okay, this is what I see in my head when I'm looking and I'm talking to everybody. It's like there's a spotlight and there's a group of people, and in the distance, you can see the tops of their heads, but you can't see faces. And then one person will step in, talk like they're on a mic or something, and then step back. This person won't leave until she's heard. So if Marianne, if that's yours, thank you for acknowledging that because I can't control it. I just know who I get. Now, I can, however, say, I'm done. I can make her leave. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I have enough. Remember, I'm alive, they're dead. But she really wanted to be heard. So thank you, Marianne. Yeah. Okay. Just lost your ex-husband and our dog within a month. I am so sorry, Marianne. And you know what? That woman says to me to tell you, see, this was for you. It is for you. She says that you're going to be okay. She's acting as a guide. You really, really need to stay connected to your friends right now for your support because you can't be alone. It's not good for you. And she says she's out there quite a bit with you. That's your message. That was what it was. I couldn't quite figure out all this. Remember, you have to help me a little, and there's a million people watching. But when message comes through, a message comes through. Okay. Now,
Anne says that the highest score for the test for her daughter, is between 525 and 528. So if you're scoring her closer to 530, she wants to know if that will mean she'll get a very high score on the test.
right, you know what? I'm usually pretty accurate. I guess she's going to get a really. I don't think. Isn't it about being a doctor? I can't remember, Anna. Remind me. I can't remember that one. But
Yeah,
I
medical.
I know she's supposed to be doing what she's doing. Does that make sense? It's part of the chart. So you have to understand that it might come a little hard. You might have to work at it, but if you're supposed to be doing something, it will happen. You have to go with it. I mean, there's been so many things. A lot of you guys don't know. I'm also a singer. My daughter's a professional singer, and I just had, even though I have a good voice, I sing. I kept getting roadblocks because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing this. That simple. And my art and you know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right. So understand that. All right.
So Ida says that her financial situation is getting much better than it was in February and March, but I just managed to pay bills back, not saved anything after 3 years of working.
Okay.
So it sounds like progress.
Yes, you sound. Now remember that progress is coming. I'm telling you, March, April, May. Pisces, Jupiter's in Pisces. I'm also an astrologer, and it's lucky as heck. I said that nicely. I could have been swearing more. Anyway, I am telling you, and for me, I am a Sagittarius and a Pisces. Sagittarius, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. I told my husband, it's like, I can't do any wrong. I got to go start playing those lottos. And I'm not a big gambler, to pull in that one arm bandit, man. Cause I'm like, I can't. And it only lasts until about the 12th of May. Then it comes back again in October. Now, here's an interesting thing. Pay attention to where your Scorpio is also in your chart. Now, I do have a new website really fast because we're almost out of time. astrologygumbo.com. So visit it. You can get your natal chart off there. And what you can do is, hopefully he's got the natal chart. It's all up and working, but we've got to tweak it. So I think he's got to make sure that the natal charts are working. But you can look up your date, your birth date, and see your circle. That's what that means with the trines. Anyway, so you look that up. And if you see, like for me, Scorpio's in my house of health. That's transformational right now. Now, this is what's interesting. And you guys know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get weight loss surgery. Now listen to how this goes. My new insurance is signed up in May, which up till May 11th, see how that goes. And I'd be getting my surgery when Pisces comes back in October. See how that worked? And I'm like, yeah, don't tell me that the astrology doesn't work, you guys, because it does. So you just have to understand. That's why I'm going down to Taos in 3 weeks. And I'm probably going to go live down there. I wonder how, I don't know. And they're up in the mountains. I'm not sure how bad they should have a decent internet service. So hopefully, so you guys will see me live there. And I'll probably be doing some haunted stuff because man, it's called San Geronimo Lodge. It's been there. It's about 100 and some years old. And I'm telling you, it's the most haunted. It's so haunted. It's so haunted. Like it was when I was first, I was in 2008 when I was just starting, I'd started reading in 2000. So I wasn't really experienced and I didn't really know a lot like I do now. And I brought home a guide from there. So anyway, so two more questions because we're almost out of time.
Roar XD would like to know how to get confidence back in themselves and a bit more work ethic.
Well, you know what, Roar, I need to look at your chart. Because the work ethic thing might be that you're a procrastinator. If you're a Leo, you're a procrastinator. There's certain signs that are more procrastinating than any. But I will tell you, I will remind you that I do teach that I am acronym. I is your intent. What's your intent? Well, I'm going to get more confident. So how are you going to get more confident? Do you see how that goes? I'm going to do this, this, and this. So when I do this, this, and this, then I'm in aligned. And when I'm aligned, I manifest. I get moving. See what I'm saying? Take a look and see what's causing the block. Also, if you are lacking confidence, you can also call me for some hypnosis because I do hypnosis and I can help you out. You won't believe the stuff I do. I do a lot of anxiety scripts, which means I do a lot of hypnosis for anxiety. And people say I did talk to somebody. I just did some weight loss with her, and she says she's not lost a whole lot of weight, but she's eating better. And that was one of the things I put in her hypnosis. And hypnosis isn't magic. You're talking to your soul. You're awake the whole time. It's just I'm planting good things into your subconscious, into your soul, reminding you. That's basically what I'm doing. I always think people always tell me, well, you're gonna make me cluck like a chicken. I can't make you cluck like a chicken if you don't want to cluck like a chicken. So just remember that. So, and I always chuckle because that isn't how it really works. So anyway, I think that one more question and we are done, guys. I'll go ahead.
Montana wants to know, is there any way that you could try connecting with their dad or mama that they would be grateful for anything if they were
Did
able
Mama have fairly short gray, kind of whitish gray hair? It was almost like a solid color. She was very pretty, but her hair went gray as she got older, and was she kind of a little bit more liberal, like a little bit more like hippie sort of like her thought process. Do you know what I mean? She was just a kind of a progressive person. There's somebody coming through like that, like really, and it's for you, Montana. I'm sure of it. I want to say it is your. I'm saying it's her. Is there anybody in your family with an M name or a G name? Like, am I hearing Margaret? A G, a G. I don't know why I hear a G, but sometimes you have to remember I had to hear a middle name because they're breaking the sound barrier.
responded? She said yes.
Yes, ma'am. That's you. Okay, thank you. She wants you to know that you're loved, even when you must be real kind of down about something right now or discouraged. She says, knock it off. I raised you better than that. That's what she says. She goes, you can do anything you set your mind to. Okay. All right, you guys. I hate to say it. I even went over today. Hey, I got to go to my horse show, man. It's 80 degrees here. It's a rarity. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess thanks for getting caught in the net. Tune in not the next weekend, but the following weekend for another episode of Metaphysical Meandering. See you guys in a couple weeks. Thanks so much. And